boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to Robert's Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. In 2018, WWE put on, I would say, nearly 1,000 shows. I know I watched about 700 or 800 WWE matches in 2018. So, out of all those matches, I have the very best 15 women's, 15 men's, the best matches of 2018 for the old WWE. Now, these range from pay-per-views to Raw, SmackDown, 205 Live, Mae Young Classic. Just a gamut, just the best matches. We're going to start with the men's. The 15 best men's matches of 2018. Number 15 from SummerSlam, The Miz versus Daniel Bryan. The Miz got the victory. I gave it 4-star. Number 14 comes from the February 27th edition of SmackDown Live. John Cena versus the phenomenal AJ Styles. John Cena did get the victory. I gave it 4-star. Number 13, April 2nd edition of Monday Night Raw. Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Seth Rollins got the victory. I gave it 4-star. Number 12 comes from WrestleMania 34, the mixed tag match. The debut of Ronda Rousey teaming up with Kurt Angle versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon Helmsley. Was there live. This was a great moment seeing Ronda Rousey in-ring debut with the WWE. Her and Angle getting the victory over the Triple H, the Helmsley family. WrestleMania 34, 4.25-star match here. Number 11 on the list comes from the Survivor Series. It was the Cruiserweight Championship match between Mustafa Ali and champion Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy retaining the title. I gave it 4.25. Now, number 10 on the list comes from Super Showdown. Cruiserweight title on the line. Champion Cedric Alexander versus Australia's own Buddy Murphy. Everybody knew Buddy Murphy was winning the Cruiserweight title here. Did not disappoint. Great match. Buddy Murphy becoming new champion. I gave it 4.25. Number 9 comes from Hell in a Cell. Raw Tag Titles. Champion Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre versus Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. Ziggler and McIntyre getting the victory. I gave it 4.25. Number 8 comes from Backlash for the Intercontinental Championship. The Miz versus Seth freaking Rollins. Rollins getting the victory. I gave it 4.25. Number 7 comes from 205 Live from June 19th. We had a triple threat match. Buddy Murphy, Mustafa Ali, Hideo Itami. Hideo Itami getting the victory. 4.25-star match. Number 6 also comes from 205 Live, March 27th. A fatal 4-way match. Kalisto versus Akira Tozawa versus TJP versus Buddy Murphy. Kalisto getting the victory in that 4-way, 4.25-star match. Number 5 came from WrestleMania 34. It was for the Intercontinental Championship triple threat match. Seth Rollins versus champion The Miz versus Finn Balor. Seth Rollins becoming Intercontinental Champion. Also from WrestleMania 34, number 4, it was the pre-show match for the Cruiserweight title. Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali for the vacated Cruiserweight Championship. Cedric Alexander becoming Cruiserweight Champion. Number 3 on the list, I gave both of those 4.5 with those WrestleMania matches. Number 3 on the list comes from 205 Live from August 21st. It was a tornado tag match. We had Lucha House Party members Gran Metalik and Lindsay Dorada versus Tony Nese and Buddy Murphy. The Lucha House Party getting the victory. 4.5-star match. Also from 205 Live from July 3rd, we had another disqualification match. Mustafa Ali versus Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy losing to Mustafa Ali in a no DQ match. I gave it 4.5. The best men's match of 2018 from 205 Live, July 10th. Cruiserweight title on the line. Champion Cedric Alexander versus Hideo Itami. This is July 10th. Cedric Alexander retaining his title. I gave it 4.5. One of the best matches of the year. On to the women. The 15 best women's matches. Number 15 comes from Evolution. The finals of the Mae Young Classic. Io Shirai versus Toni Storm. Toni Storm getting the victory. I gave it 3.5 stars. Number 14 came from Hell in a Cell. SmackDown Women's Championship match. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. Becky getting the victory, becoming champion. I gave it 3.5. Number 13 came from Monday Night Raw from June 11th. Fatal 4-way match. Natalya versus Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss versus Ember Moon. Natalya getting the victory. I gave it 3.75 stars. Number 12, Monday Night Raw from January 29th. Sasha Banks versus Asuka. Asuka getting the victory there over Sasha. 3.75 star match. The next 3 matches all came from the Mae Young Classic 2. The semifinal match of Io Shirai versus Rhea Ripley. Io Shirai moving forward in the tournament. And a 3.75 star match over Rhea Ripley. Number 10 comes from Mae Young Classic 2. Round 2. Mercedes Martinez versus Miko Satomura. Miko Satomura getting a victory over Mercedes Martinez. I gave it 3.75 stars. Number 9, also from round 2, we had Toni Storm versus Hiroko Matsumoto. Toni Storm getting the victory, moving on to the semifinals at that point, in a 3.75 star match. Number 8 came from Evolution, NXT Women's Championship. Kairi Sane defending her title versus Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler becoming 2-time NXT Women's Champion. I give it 3.75 stars. Also from Evolution, number 7 on the list, the 6-women tag match, the Riot Squad versus Sasha Banks, Natalya, and Bayley. The team of Sasha Banks, Natalya, and Bayley getting the victory. I gave it 3.75 stars. Number 6 on the list comes from Survivor Series. Champion versus champion. Or champion versus contender. As we know, it was supposed to be Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey. Becky got hurt on the Invasion of Raw. She appointed Charlotte in her place. So we had Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair. Very rarely do I rank matches that end in disqualification this high. 4 stars. Ronda Rousey getting the victory by disqualification because Charlotte just snapped and fucking destroyed Ronda with a chair. I gave it 4 stars before that. If they would have finished this match, God knows what it would have got. But oh my God, great fucking match. Also, at number 5 on the list from the Mae Young Classic 2, a semifinal match, we had Toni Storm moving versus Miko Satomura. This was a semifinal match. Both these women put on just an epic match. I gave it 4 stars. As you can tell, Toni Storm and Miko Satomura, they're around 2 matches, got a 3.75. So this was just, together, it was a little bit better. Alright, number 4 on the match, number 4 on the list, comes from Money in the Bank. The women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Ember Moon, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, Lana, Naomi, and Natalya. The third ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match. The win done by Alexa Bliss. She cashed in the same night on Nia Jax. I gave it 4.25. It was a great women's match. Number 3 on the list comes from WrestleMania 34, SmackDown Women's Title. Champion Charlotte Flair defending the title versus Royal Rumble winner Asuka. Charlotte Flair not only beating Asuka to retain her title, but ending Asuka's undefeated streak as well. Just an amazing match. 4.25 star. Just unbelievable match there. Now, number 2 on the list. That's 4.25 star on that one, by the way. Number 2 on the list comes from Evolution. Last woman standing, SmackDown Women's Title. Champion Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. Becky retaining her title, 4.5 star. Holy shit, these women put on a phenomenal match. And what I feel is the greatest women's match of all time, from Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, the SmackDown Women's Championship TLC match. Asuka, Charlotte, Becky Lynch. Asuka becoming SmackDown Women's Champion. I gave it 4 3/4 star. Just, whew, unfucking believable. The women's revolution. Now, when it comes to these women's matches, if you let the women who have talent and ability go out and wrestle, you're going to have good matches. The problem is, until the last 3-4 years, you didn't have enough women with enough talent to put on these matches. If you go back in the day, you had Trish Stratus, you had Alita, you had a Mickie James, you had a Beth Phoenix, you had the Kelly Kellys of the world, you had Melina, you had just different Michelle McCool, Layla. They were like here. Most of the women now are here. When you have just 3 or 4 people here and a bunch of people down here, your matches are going to be the Playboy pillow fights. Your matches are going to be the 5-second, ooh, it was a women's match, it was on WrestleMania, it was like 2 minutes long. Should women main event WrestleMania? Okay, I'm fine with that. The right women. In this day and age, would I want a Peyton Royce versus Sarah Logan main event in WrestleMania? No. Would I want a Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey main event in WrestleMania? Let's do it. So it just depends on the level of Ember Moon versus Becky Lynch. I'd be fine with that main eventing WrestleMania. So, Women's Revolution, whatever you want to call it, women need to be out there. They're as good as the men. Depends on the woman, depends on the match. So that's going to wrap up the best matches of WWE 2018. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader, sports town content.